call me? What? 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 Well, that's good to know. He's going to go to the Philippines and he can shop right next door neighbor for even talking about drugs. Because the neighbor's going to go, ah, shit, American drug addict just moved here. Right? And they have all the right to do it. Well, I guess that's a different kind of war on drugs, right? No, that's a real war on drugs. Pull out your gun, shoot your neighbor if you think he's a heroin addict. Sorry, guys. Gotta clear my throat. It's the first thing in the morning. Yeah. She hasn't caught up yet, I guess. Hey everyone out there, how you guys doing today? Well, I was excited for Christmas break because I thought I was going to get a sleep in. But I'm having a little bit of a hard time. So we live in this little town. It's a little ways outside Salt Lake City, Utah, and well, my dad, he's been a truck driver for, I don't know, 35-ish years of his life. I don't know. He's got 5 children. Nobody wants to take care of him except for me and my husband are the only ones who can take care of him, will take care of him, capable of taking care of him. Back in February, he was supposed to be living with my brother in a trailer park in the same small town that I'm living in. He just lived on the other side of the town. I live at the very beginning of the town. Like the second you hit the town, you hit my neighborhood first. And his neighborhood was the last as you were leaving town. So you drive 10 or so minutes to the other side of town. And as you're leaving, you hit his trailer park. Back in February on his birthday, my brother kept trying to call my dad and couldn't get a hold of him. So he called my brother and said, "Hey, where's Dad?" And my brother was just like, "Oh no, he's at home, whatever, you know." Nobody called me. Everybody just, called my brother. Well, my neighbor, or my dad's neighbor, luckily went outside because my brother knows the phone number to the landlord, okay? And he didn't call the landlord. Instead, the neighbor found my dad passed out in the car, barely breathing. My dad was not breathing and passed out long enough that he started to have a small stroke. So he went to a hospital in Salt Lake, and when my husband picked him up from the hospital several days later, like 4 or 5 days later, we said, "All right, you're moving in with us." My dad had lived with us previously, but anyways, so he's been living with us since his birthday, since he had a stroke. Since February, he's been to the hospital probably 8 or 9 times. Okay, I can't count. I just know it's been not over 10, maybe under 10, could be 10 since February. Okay, we're in December. In that time frame, this last trip to the hospital was the worst. He fell down my stairs. He broke his nose. He broke his leg. He got 2 black eyes. He had almost a week stay in the hospital. The doctor told us when he was there this last time, he said, "Look," he says, "your dad's got COPD. My dad's also got, we had to change his, he's a drug addict. We had to finally take away his opiates and put him on a different set of meds that'll take care of his pain, but it's not opiates, and he's in love with opiates. And so we manage his pills, because if you give him his pills, so he'll take them whenever he wants to take them, but he doesn't think, well, did I just take my pills 2 hours ago?" Or he doesn't keep track of it. And he just thinks, "I'm in pain. If I pop another pill, I'll get out of pain." And he will overdo it. So we have to manage his meds. We have it in one of those daily things. And when he runs out, we say, "Okay, well, you took your meds 2 hours ago. You got to wait 2 more hours." So we keep track of everything for him. Well, my mom partially retired him 2 years ago when the cops found him in the middle of a field in Idaho. He was looking for his diesel truck. He was at his diesel truck, but he told the cops it wasn't his truck, but it was his truck. But he was so out of it that, when his oxygen tanks, his kidneys shut down and they stop working, and basically his body kind of starts to shut down, and so he's got a lot of health issues. So this last time he was in the hospital, the doctor said, "Well, he's got COPD and stuff. You know that you can go have his driver's license taken away." And he said, "But if you get his driver's license taken away due to COPD, if you want it back again, it's really hard. It's not irreversible," he said, But he said it's extremely hard to reverse that kind of decision. So don't do it lightly. Also, while he was in the hospital this last time, they told me, they said, because back in, I think it was April or May, he had a bad infection. He had to have a PICC line. And for 8 hours every day at 6 p.m., 2 a.m., and 10 a.m. on the clock, around the clock, every 8 hours, I had to put some medicine and flush the lines. And I did it without a problem. I used to be a nurse's aide. I've done around the clock care before. So I had no problem doing it. I mean, I could do around. I know what it's. I've been a nurse's aide before, so Anyways, they told me. They said, Rose, we're one call away. If you cannot take care of your dad anymore, we will put him in a home. They're like, if you cannot do it, if it's too much on you, it's one call away. Yeah, we got a couple of things that are one call away. Take away his driver's license. Put him in a home. But those decisions are reversible, but not easily reversible. Like, seriously, once we do this, it's hard to take back. Well, my brother, he's my youngest brother, the youngest of us 5, who's freshly off. He's been he went to prison for 2 years. And he got out a little over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. He got out of prison a couple years ago. He finally is off the drugs. He finally got his CDL. He finally is driving truck. But now he's driving truck at a time when my dad was supposed to drive with him. But now my dad's got too many health problems. See, my dad's mind. He's one of those. His body's failing him, but his mind, he's refusing to see. He knows he's almost 68 years old. He's about to turn 68. When he turns 68 next year, it'll be 1 year past his stroke, and it'll be his 68th birthday. And, my brother came to Salt Lake the other day, because my brother's on the road 24/7. That's why my dad had that stroke, because my brother isn't ever home to watch him. My brother comes home once every 4 to 6 weeks. He comes home for maybe a day. And he usually hangs out with his friends, his buddies, and goes and does stuff. And it's usually drop off a load, go hang out with my buddies for a couple hours, have fun. Like, even though he's in his late 30s, he kind of still thinks like a teenager a little bit. But that's also his condition. The doctors told my mom when my brother was 16 that he has a hard time realizing age. That he acts younger than what he really is. He has no age appropriateness. He doesn't recognize other people's age and stuff well either. So my brother talks my dad into going to pass his DOT physical the other day. I didn't know about it. Not until I called my dad to see where he was. And I told my dad, you go get your CDL and I will have your license taken away. And I said, then I told him to get home now. And he stayed. But then he's like, well, he failed his DOT physical because of his blood pressure's too high. So for the last 2 days he's been looking for the pills because they will lower his blood pressure. Well, he must have found them or something. He went to the doctors yesterday and they said his blood pressure was normal. So this morning, good thing my daughter was begging to go to Salt Lake with him, because I was like, why do you have to go to Salt Lake? He's like, oh, I gotta pay $40 on my regular driver's license. And I called him and I said, you're lying to me. First of all, he just told me yesterday that he doesn't have to renew his license for 2 more days. My dad's a good liar, by the way, or he thinks he is. And I said, second of all, we live 10 blocks away from the DMV. It doesn't matter whether you go to the DMV in our small town or you go to Salt Lake. It's all the same state DMV. So if you need to go to the DMV, technically you only need to go down the street. You don't need to go to Salt Lake. So I told him, I told him you got 5 minutes to get your car back here. I said, if I don't see your car back here in 5 minutes, I go to the ER, I find the ER doc, I said, and I will go across the street to the DMV, and I will have your license gone. He fought, he yelled at me, and he said that I was just, that it was just a bunch of BS and whatnot. And I told him it's not BS. I said, you push me and you will find out that it's not BS. So he did come home. He's home. He's angry. He's threatening to move out, which I told him, you want to move out? All I have to do is make one phone call and you have a new place to live. You're one phone call away from living in a home with elderly people that have more severe problems than you. So I've been a nurse's aide. I've worked in those homes before. I know what it's like. We had a guy who got in a car accident, completely mentally and physically almost normal. Thing is he was in a car accident, so he had to go to a home for a minute. Hold on a sec. I called my brother. I need to talk to him. Hello? No, I caught Dad trying to go down to the DOT and try and get his license again. Yep, I told him if the car didn't get back to my house in 5 minutes. The doctor told us, the doctors gave me and Don 2 options, okay? Here's our 2 options. A, we can have his regular license taken away because of his COPD, but if we do that, it's not irreversible, it's just hell to reverse it, okay? It's not easy to prove to the DMV, okay, his COPD's under control, can he have his license back? So once we do it, it's almost like a permanent thing. Or 2, they told me if I'm under too much stress and I can't take care of him, he's only one phone call away from being put in a home. And I don't know if I should make that permanent decision yet. What? Yeah, you want him to kill a family or something? You're the one who picked him up in Idaho. He is, as long as, but you can't, because me and Dawn are controlling how much he takes. Because you can't just give him 2 days worth of pills and send him to Idaho. He'll overtake, you know that. Even if it's not opiates. He's still on pills. It is. It's just a Band-Aid. I'm trying to take care of him with a Band-Aid right now. But he's trying to rip that Band-Aid off because Timmy's got it in his head that there's people out on the road older than Dad that are doing fine. Timmy's got Dad all backwards thinking he can go make $1,000 a week with his company too, just by going to Idaho for a couple days a week. Well, yeah, and I'm a. Well, he told me that the other day. He's like, well, fine, then I won't take pills because I said, me and Don, I said, we can't hand you 2 days worth of pills. He's like, well, I forget when I take them. And I just take them because I'm in pain. And it's like, exactly, Dad. I said, you have to be babysat. Somebody has to babysit you, or you're going to die, or you're going to kill somebody. So either me and Dawn are in charge of him right now. We can't let him go out there and possibly kill a family. Do you honestly think he can be out on the road? That's because he's got good around the clock care right now. He hasn't been in the hospital for 2 months, but you know that can change in a heartbeat, right? Yes, he was running around the other day and his oxygen dipped down to 88. He had to go sit on his oxygen for a while again because he dipped under 90 again. They told me not to let him get down to 90, and especially not under 90, and they told me if he gets under 90 to take him to the hospital for at least 1 day to put him on an IV and oxygen. And they told me, yeah, I have special instructions from the hospital what I can do for him to keep him. You just hear from him every once in a while on the phone. You don't actually take care of him. It's a lot of care to keep him. It's a lot of care to keep him the person that visits your house or calls you on the phone. It is a lot of care. He won't face retirement because Timmy's got him all excited about his boss getting this new truck after the first of the year. And that Dad could have that truck. And Timmy keeps taking pictures of the cool diesels he's driving and sending them to Dad and be like, this could be you. He's got Dad obsessed with getting back out on the road. I mean, he can't handle stuff so well. I told Mom, we have to pay for the car now. He broke the trunk and something else on it. I mean, he can't even take care of the car Mom gave him. I don't know if you know, but it's broke. Go look at the trunk. Go try and close the trunk. Because if it's a heavy trunk, it stays closed. It looks closed. I can sit and Dad on small errands, but that's about it. I don't know. I'm not a car expert. I'm not a mechanic. Yeah, and you know what? If he did run into something, that shows you that he's not okay. We don't know because Dad, A, first of all, lies. You know he does. And two, he distorts what happened. He can't ever tell you what really happened. When you ask him what happened, Dad, you know he mumbles and you can't even understand half of what he's saying, and he mumbles and wanders. You can't just ask him straight out, Dad, what happened, and he straight out gives you a real straight answer. You know this, right? Okay. And you want that person back in a diesel truck. Huh? No. No, he's on tramadol, which is a lesser opiate. It doesn't suppress his breathing. I even gave Railroad Jim a talking a few weeks ago. I said, you give my dad a pill, you will kill him. And I'm like, you don't give him anything. Because he's like, Rose, I want to thank you for keeping my friend alive. And I said, yeah. And you give him a pill and you counteract that. I said, so don't let him ask for him and don't give him to him. Of course, Railroad Jim lies to me and says he's not giving Dad anything, but... Dad's not far from being like that, okay? Me and Don are the only thing keeping him is because of our good care that he's able to even run errands around Tooele. So yeah, basically there's the rest of the story. You just heard me tell my brother, pretty much. And so I'm stressing out here, guys. I'm shaking this morning. Well, okay, you, CJ, and Debbie are still his kids, and if we decide that if he's too much for me, and you guys don't want to take him in, a home is the next place for him to go. Because if I send him to Debbie or Dee Dee, you know that things are gonna be way different than... I mean, me and Dawn are contemplating, should we even take his car keys away? I bet Debbie and Dee Dee would have already done it by now. That's why we haven't permanently taken away his driver's license, so he can still go to Maverick, so he can still go to Walmart, so he can still do errands around this little tiny town. But Timmy's got it in his head, because, see, he's spending what little money he gets. He's still paying $400 a month for that red truck that, first of all, he wrecked. And second of all, he doesn't need. When he was in the hospital 2 months ago, me and Timmy and Dawn made the decision to get rid of the red truck. And then Timmy went back on it last month because Timmy receives Dad's money in every month. And he's like, well, Dad told me to pay for the red truck because he wanted to do hot shot loads. But CJ refused to give Dad the hot shot trailer. Because CJ doesn't believe that Dad should be out on the road either. Well, no, CJ shouldn't have to give it up. That I don't know anything about it. I just know that Dad's mad at CJ right now. He's still all of our dad, and... You think I'm going to throw him in a home or something without talking to you guys first? I mean, yeah, it's me and Dawn's decision because we're his caregivers right now. But right now, if you don't think me and Dawn are taking care of him, I bet you could call Aging Services and send him over here and be like, take him out of my sister's home and put him in a care home. Like, seriously, if you wanted to, if you were that stickler about taking control over Dad's life, you could take control away from me. You honestly think he can? He had a stroke last time he controlled his own life. Wait, you think he ought to just die? I know, you guys are just waiting for me to call you and tell you he's dead, and you guys have half of his funeral already planned. Mom's already got it paid for. You guys probably are writing Yeah, that's what I was just saying. You probably already have his eulogy written. What you do? Exactly. Why don't you guys just realize he's alive now and help me and Dawn? Just. He doesn't need a rehab. Rehab ain't gonna change his thinking. Right now, Timmy's got him all excited about. The only thing I can do is stick him in a home where a doctor and a nurse around the clock will run his care. Well, no. It depends on how much of a danger Dad is. The doctor said he would take away Dad's license too. They did. They already told me and Dawn, you can do it. They just warned us it was going to be a most likely permanent thing. They said it's hell to reverse it once we make that decision. Who, Dad? Or, okay, Dad? Well, I'd be worried about him having a driver's license. I would be. Does he live in Utah? I thought he lived in California. I thought Kate's parents lived in California. Well, I can't believe you guys trust him if you don't believe he should have a license. Well, yeah, unless I have a doctor tell the DMV, no, his COPD's really bad, revoke his license. Dad can have COPD and everything and have a license, unless a doctor steps in. A doctor can step in and stop the state. Like, if you guys really thought his Alzheimer's and dementia was that bad, you seriously could get a doctor to step in. Because right now, we're waiting for Dad's doctor to call us. Because we're asking his opinion on what we should do right now. If Dad keeps pushing, trying to get a CDL. I called Timmy the other day and I said, Timmy, I'm on my knees begging you. Support Dad on being a streamer because it gives him a hobby. I know he talked to you about it, but he's lying to you because he said, oh yeah, David, watch me. I'm going to be on tonight. You know what I have to do to get him on the air? It's pulling teeth. Because he fights me until Dad goes live. Until you hit that live button. Once you hit that live button, Dad acts natural on his streams and acts like, yeah, this is what I want. And he'll stream for 3-4 hours. But to get him on is pulling teeth. No, he's only done it twice and both times it was pulling teeth. And today when I called him and said, you got 5 minutes to get home, he's like, I just want to go down there real quick and I promise I'll get on the computer. And it's like, it's not even about that, Dad. Whether you go stream your stories or not, I think it gives him a good hobby. He loves to talk. He loves to watch YouTube. He pulls me into his room. He has me watch YouTube with him, stuff that I watch to make him happy, but I don't like it. I don't like the stuff he watches. There are people out there that do like it. Okay, I will. Thank you, John. Well, there are people out there that are, and that's why there's even a platform for it. No, he does. And then Timmy 2 days ago took him down to get his DOT, and that changed everything that me and Dawn were working for on him. He got his blood pressure down. Dawn is kind of with you on, well, yeah, okay, his blood pressure's down, but what else are they going to test? There's other drivers out there with COPD, though. Like you said, your father-in-law's got a license and he's got dementia and Alzheimer. It happens. I'm scared that there's a chance that all they care about is his blood pressure and they'll hand him a CDL again. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Nothing. Oh, just a friend sent me something. It's just amazing. It's amazing. Oh. No way. Oh. Oh, I still gotta show my husband. I'm gonna start painting my nails. Well, as far as I knew, I thought Timmy was supporting me. I don't know if Timmy had anything to do with this morning. You can call Timmy and you can talk to him. I just need some support here. That's all I need. I need you guys. I need support here so I don't end up putting him in a home or taking away his license. I don't want to do something permanent. But if he keeps thinking, oh, I'm gonna go drive because Timmy's boss will hire me. As long as there's a company out there that'll hire him and he gets that little glimmer of hope, trust me, he likes streaming. The second I hit the go live button, he turns into a whole different person. A whole different person. That I can't believe I just fought with. He's a whole different person. Well, I have some Lyrica missing from my bottle. He might already abuse because I'm missing a week's worth of meds somehow. I went over my pills with Dawn the other day because Dawn is like, why is your bottle damn near empty? And I said, I have no idea. I said, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to calculate the day I got them. And why? And we're trying to think, did your dad, did I sleep so deep? Did he come into my private little room I have and take them? We don't have 100% proof, so we haven't talked to him that he might have took a couple of mine because I'm missing a few days. So Dawn took my bottle of pills back, so I can't even manage my own bottle anymore. I have to ask Dawn for my pills again. Because Dawn has to keep mine safe and accounted for. Dawn even went to the store the other day and took Dad's pills with him because he didn't trust him. Because he knew the second he left the home that Dad was going to go straight to me and say, hey, Rose, I need some pills. And whether the 4 hours was up or not. Because he does that. I don't know when Dawn gives him the pills. And so he'll come to me because I don't know. And I don't know exactly what he did this to me a couple weeks ago. I didn't know exactly what the pills were in there either, because they're all white. They're just different shape. They're all white now. They all look the same. They're just different sizes. They're all white oval pills now. And Dad went and was like, oh no, just give me this, this, and this, and he dumped a bunch of pills in his hand, and he's like, thanks, and walked off. And I was like, I just screwed up, didn't I? I was like, I just screwed up. And that's why they're telling me, Rose, if you can't handle him, it's one call away. She gave me her business card. They're one call away. But I gotta decide if he's too much stress on my life or not. I really want this streaming thing to work out for him. You should see, as soon as I can get his stupid YouTube connected, I can't get his YouTube connected. I'm having troubles with his stream where I had easy thing. My stream went easier than his. I don't know why I'm having trouble with his. His is giving me trouble. Because I told Timmy, give me 2-3 months. Give me through the winter. Just give me through the winter. Give me to spring. Support me. Give me to spring, you guys. Give me a moment. Support me and give me some time. That's all you guys need to do. Just support me and give me some time. To show Dad a new way to live in retirement. He really enjoys getting on there telling his stories. Go watch. He told the story of your birth and everything. The wrong one, but he told the story. He keeps wanting to tell everybody you're really born on the 22nd and the power went out at the hospital, but Mom tells the story very differently. I know, but it's still his stories, okay? He can still go out there and I don't care. I know, he's told people about him mining in, like, South Africa. He's knowledgeable, but about stuff going on in the world, but he didn't live there, but he's knowledgeable about it. He just needs to tell people, hey, this was going on at the same time, but I was living here, not there. But it's his, I don't know, it's his dream, whatever. Exactly, and you want him back out on the road? I don't. Well, I would rather have him telling stories, because like right now he's obsessed with those YouTube videos and all the things going on with the temple in Israel. I'm trying to teach him how to react to those videos and talk about them and give his 2 cents on. I don't do religion and politics, but he does, and he can do that all day long on his own thing. He can he says one thing about religion and politics, and I shut my stream down if he's in my room. It says one thing. I hit the end button and it's all over. I don't bring controversial things on I don't do controversial things. Well, I just want to kind of let you guys know what's going on. Just please, go ahead if you want to talk to Timmy. He probably won't listen. I begged Timmy the other day. I'm surprised he did listen, but he's like, well, you got to tell me where to watch Dad Live. And it's like, I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys this. It's that it's really easy. And all you got to do is go to twitch.tv, create an account, look for Long Hauler 4 with number 4, Long Hauler for Life, search him, find his picture and his stream, hit follow, and then when you go on Twitch, it'll tell you if he's live or not. If he's live, you can click on his name and watch him live right then and there. It's that easy. It's real easy. Just get a Twitch account. Get a YouTube account. No. Twitch only saves the stream for 7 days. His YouTube isn't hooking up to Twitch right now. I'm trying to get his YouTube to hook up because it will be saved on YouTube for a lifetime. He is. I've watched his streams. You don't think I don't sit there and monitor him? Oh. As long as... But how much he loves to tell stories. He calls Rick 2-3 hours a day telling stories. All you gotta do is put a camera and a microphone in front of him and he can tell his stories to thousands of people, and it's great. Right, you guys? I don't care. As long as he's happy, and as long as I can make him happy in retirement. What does it matter? The story's a story. Exactly. So we're in agreement here. We're in agreement. No problem. We're in agreement. You can go on Twitch right now and get an account and watch his last 2 streams right now. You can go on Twitch. Go get an account. Look him up. Hit follow. Go look him up. Go watch his past videos. He talks about you. Go watch him. Just go to twitch.tv and get an account. That's all. And as soon as I get his YouTube working, maybe I'll work on that today. I'm not going in his room right now while he's pissed off at me. He's mad because he thinks me and Dawn are bluffing and BSing, but I told him, push me, watch me. Well, Timmy's got it in his head that he needs to just hurry up and do it because that truck's coming after the first of the year, which is a week away. Okay. I just need your guys' support for a little while, okay? That's all. I appreciate it. I just need some support, okay? I promise you I'm trying to do the best, but if I can't, I'm gonna have to call you guys and talk to you and say I think Dad needs to go to a home or something. If I can't keep this under control. Then we're gonna have to discuss, okay, what city do you guys want him in too? Also, do we just keep him out here? Because they're the ones that'll take him in a heartbeat. If I call him and say, okay, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. It's too much stress. Alright, well thank you. I appreciate it. You too. Maybe we'll come over and say hi sometime. The kids love your house, and Aurora keeps talking about how she has a baby cousin. She says it's her first baby cousin. She doesn't realize she has more, but anyways, she won't stop talking about your kids. So maybe sometime after the holidays we'll come back over. Alright, we'll see you later. Alright, you too. Okay, so basically you guys got the full story there. You didn't... I thought I'll tell him the story while I'm telling you guys the story. You guys kind of got the story there. Basically that's what's going on. I'm trying to get my dad. My dad loves to tell stories. My dad loves political and religious things. And he will call anybody and everybody he will call his truck driver, and I said, you know what, you need a podcast so you can reach all the truck drivers out there. All of them. Not just the ones you know. Because he'll sit there and dial on his phone all day and go to the next truck driver that he knows. And he'll call him and tell the stories. And then he'll call the next one. And when he's out, he'll come in my room and grab me. And he just talks all day, all day, all day, all day, all day. Where do you think I get it from? The ability to talk all day. I get it from that. You know? And I'm trying to get my siblings in support, which the sucky part is I'm having to admit that I have a stream too, because my siblings can be mean and cruel, and so I never wanted them to know that. I didn't tell them 5 years ago when I streamed. I didn't tell them this year when I started back up. I like to be able to come on here and be myself without being criticized by my siblings. And so luckily they haven't asked for my name or my info yet. So they don't know how to find me yet, really, exactly. Maybe if they tried, they could. I mean, they know my real name and everything. They could find me. I mean, crap. Some of them are even on my Facebook, and I stream to Facebook. And I don't stream my Facebook channel. It's one of those off channels. But, I mean, it's still not hard to find. I mean, it's just a page. You just have to go look at my pages. And, yeah. I mean, see, if they want to find me, it's not hard. But I don't want them to find me. I want them to find my dad. I don't care about my dad. I don't care about them watching my dad's stream. I don't care. But if my dad is constantly all day long calling, don't you think a podcast is a good idea? It's a good hobby in retirement. Don't you think a podcast is something that's right up somebody's alley that constantly needs to be talking? That constantly needs to be telling some... He doesn't care. I mean, I'm teaching him to watch his chat in case people chat back at him. But he doesn't need people to chat back at him to keep going, you know? He doesn't just sit there all day and twiddle his thumbs and be like, well, no one's chatting with me. He doesn't need that, you know? I tried to watch some YouTube videos today on being a caregiver, but my dad's not exactly dying. He's not in dire. So he's just got a young mind in an old body, which I have that too. And I'm trying to get him to understand the coming to terms with having... I can't walk a ton, or I pay for it later that day, and for a couple days. It takes me a couple days to recover from a long day of walking. And my tailbone, that's why I sit on these pillows, is to cushion. I need to get like a donut pillow, I swear. I mean, oh crap, I forgot to get that donut pillow in Dreamland today. Or the other day, I didn't get that donut chair. I hope it comes up for sale again. But, yeah. It's like, I hate that. How do I get that donut pillow back? I want that donut chair. Anyways, I can't sit on my tailbone all day long. I have some physical problems that... And I'm over 25 years younger than my dad, having to come to terms with a failing body. And your mind is not. Your mind's not failing, but your body is. And I'm younger than him. And I'm coming to terms with it better because I have hobbies. I have also my kids. I tried to get my dad on Roblox to play with the kids. Get on Roblox. Wander around. Talk. Have fun. Oh my gosh, I gotta get my husband, John, I gotta show him what you did. I can't believe it. It's great. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh. My brother's like, what are you talking about? It's like, I don't want to tell him. I don't want to tell him. Oh, I got to stream, and my friend just gifted me something. I got to show my husband. I don't know. Sorry, half this stream was me talking to my brother. Thought about kind of putting it on speaker, but you guys also don't need to hear about how my family is just. They're just waiting. They know I'm just gonna call them one day and say, "Hey, Dad passed away," and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, of course he did." Seriously, they got his funeral already planned. My mom has it paid for. My brother recites his eulogy in his head every day. My other siblings, I mean, they're thoroughly ready to get up and travel and come down here the second they hear he's dead. It's like their bags are already half packed, okay? Yeah, their bags are half packed, you guys. I'm so painting my nails now. I'm like, they would look so much better. I'm so painting my nails now. I'm gonna go grab my fingernail polish and painting them. Well, hopefully you guys got some advice for me. I mean, do you have a parent that their mind isn't failing but their body is, and you don't know whether to make those permanent decisions? Or do you keep trying to show them a different way of life, and if they can just accept that different way of life, then life will be smooth and stress will be gone? Because if I can just get him happy I'm trying real hard teaching a 67-year-old how to use a computer and programs that I, as a semi-nerd, am barely grasping. And my kids aren't grasping it at all. They're mad that mommy starts Roblox and everything late, because mommy's got to do a few prep things before I can hit that live screen button. Because I don't want to get in trouble and get dinged by YouTube or Twitch. So I got to do a few preparation things before I can talk to you guys. But let me know if you guys, how are you guys handling, because if I know if I make those permanent decisions, my dad's going to be so angry. So angry. But my brother's like, yeah, if you stick him in a home, they'll still hand him his keys to his car and let him go do whatever he wants. So, is that true? Is that not a better solution? I mean, will he get himself in more trouble if I just stick him in a home and they let him come and go? Because when I was the one home that I was taking care of that guy was in, that he got in that car accident, he got to wander. I don't know if he got to actually drive away, but I know he was able to wander in and out of the institute by himself. Like, he'd go outside and have a smoke anytime he wanted to. And that was not a big deal, to go out and have a smoke. Anyways, let me know, how do you handle a parent that their mind just won't accept that their body's failing? I'm accepting it, and I'm finding happiness. I'm happy. Me and my kids are going to play Roblox forever, even as they're adults. I'm trying to get my 2 adult sons to play too. I mean, they play Steam games. That's how I got so many Steam games. But they just play different games than me. But I was like, dude, we should stream together. You guys should come on my stream as a guest, and we play something together. Like, that would be amazing. Do you guys want to see my oldest sons on stream with me? Yeah, you guys do. Anyways, I gotta go show my husband some stuff and everything. John, you're amazing. You're amazing. I will be right back. I'm probably gonna play. I need to go check on. I'll probably be back soon with Dreamlight Valley. I want to see what Scrooge has for sale and everything. But give me some time. I'll be back in a minute. Thanks, you guys, for letting me kind of rant a little bit about what's going on. Sorry, it was kind of to you and to my brother at the same time. But I mean, I had to give you guys both the same information. So you guys got the same info.